How you guys doing? I'm Seth. You guys ever heard about the Smolov Jr. weightlifting routine? Well, I'm looking to talk about that legendary mythical routine today. Now, Smolov Jr. is essentially a watered down version of the very old school Russian Smolov routine. It's repeating sets and reps of 6 sets of 6, 7 sets of 5, 8 sets of 4, and 10 sets of 3. It's typically done with a full body split with squat and bench and is a 4-day-a-week program. After each week, you move the working weight up for 5 pounds. I personally did deadlift and bench with the previous mentioned sets and reps on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday for 4 weeks. However, since this is really just a scheme of sets and reps repeating on a weekly basis, there's obviously a lot of variation that can be done with this program. So it's essentially insanity, right? Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. But does it get us anywhere? Well, I personally had a good experience with this program. It took my deadlift from about 430 pounds to 450 pounds, my bench from about 240 pounds to 250 pounds. On top of that, my squat went up about 10 pounds as well as my body weight 2 to 4 pounds, without any noticeable difference in my body composition. It's hard to say exactly how much I gained weight-wise, however, and I don't really track body fat or anything like that. I would say, in my experience, it was a useful tool in improving my strength and gaining some mass. That's not the whole story, however. There's a lot of caveats to that assessment. To cut to the chase, I would say this program is good for early to mid-intermediate lifters like myself. Experienced and comfortable enough to not get snapped up on your lifts when pushing yourself, but not advanced enough where the weight you're lifting is going to overwhelm your body, or the very linear focused progression of this routine is going to have little payoff for you. I want to look more into what this routine has to offer, though. We'll look at the positives first, which there are plenty of, don't get me wrong. You get lots of practice with lifts you do, and a decently heavy percentage as well, from 70 to 85% of your respective max. With complex movements like squat, bench, or deadlift, or even overhead press, that's really good. Many people will tell you strength isn't normally built from tons of muscle being added, but rather your motor functions getting more and more efficient. That requires a lot of practice to do. In total, you're getting 133 reps a week of each movement. If you can handle that kind of workload physically, it could really pay off for you. Word to the wise, you gotta eat and sleep though. No amount of bang energy drinks or metal music is gonna change that. Another plus, while this might not be a wise gradual jump in terms of overall volume in your program, if you do it, it'll most likely be a good increase in your workload. The more workload you can manage healthfully, the more progress you can make. But after each of these workouts of 6 to 10 heavy sets of compound movements, it's not going to be wise to push accessories. This will improve your focus, hopefully, allowing you to zero in on being a good deadlifter, squatter, or presser. Lastly, and possibly most appealingly, it's going to push your progress faster than a normal program. While fives and triples won't always translate to your max, if this program, complete with the right weights, is going to boost the weight you're lifting by 5 pounds every week. That's beyond what most programs would have you do, beyond beginner programming like Strongless 5x5. Now, for all the caveats. For starters, this program isn't that exciting, and because of that, there is a high risk of burning out and losing motivation in your training. Due to the challenging nature of this program and the possible lack of motivation, it could be a one-way ticket to Snap City. You're really pushing yourself, and if you have dangerous habits in your lifts, good morning squat, cat back deadlift, etc., it could put you at very high risk of injury. You need a good amount of experience and confidence in your form to be safe doing this program. It goes without being said, hopefully, but this isn't anywhere near optimal for your other lifts. I wasn't looking to improve my squat a large amount for running Smolov on deadlift and bench, even though it did go up. Another huge thing about this routine is its lack of programming know-how. To boil it down, good programming consists of largely linearity, doing more work over time and applying progressive overload, undulation, changing what you do in volume and intensity to progress, conjugation, variety and exercise selection to once again aid progress, and periodization, or splitting up time in the gym month by month or whatever span of time to reach different goals, hypertrophy, strength, power. I won't go into more details, many greater minds can explain all that better than me, but these variables are essential. Now, this routine is completely lacking any conjugation or periodization. It's one big strength block working with 70 to 85% of your max with the same 2 exercises. This is why it's good for almost exclusively early to mid-intermediate lifters. More advanced lifters will need more of these principles implemented to progress. It simply won't be as effective for them. Lastly, and most importantly, you will get no clout for doing it. Everybody and their grandma knows this program is silly, meaning it's genuinely frowned upon in the powerlifting community. Alright guys, I tried to keep it short and tried to get what I think is important. I hope this video is helpful and I'm going to keep making videos like this with time. Thanks for sticking around. All y'all keep lifting and keep doing your thing.